it was kind of a statement of we don't want that much logic, we want more feelings-based arguments, right? And that's to be fair, selling feelings. Streamers sell feelings, by the way. They don't sell logic.
That's how it's always been. Like the people that prefer my content aren't like going onto like some platform and it's like, oh, this is the most logical, consistent, rational. Blah. Usually people like to watch me because I scream at people and then I make them look dumb. Like that's why that was like the main draw for my content for a long time.
No, there's one other reason is...
usually the argument they're making, what they're saying is just by being a police officer, you support the institution of cops, of police officers, and all of that is horrible and racist. And so you should never be a cop. And that's why all cops, it might not be that all cops are racist, but by being a cop, all of them are supporting tacitly like some racist institution.
I disagree with it.
Sure. I'm just saying that's the argument. So if you argue with a guy, you're like, oh, so you think all cops are racist? They'll say, well, no, I don't think all cops are racist. I just think that by being a cop, you support that racist institution. And somebody asked me about like, what are we gonna do about Russia? And Obama basically said, it's like Russia is like the country with the failing economy that's like almost like bankrupted itself out of the world. I don't think about them much. It was like some really harsh thing. I was like, holy shit.
Well, Steven, if you're not looking like, if I make that joke, I'm really going to jail. But you know what I mean? You're looking like that. Okay, there it is. That's the angle. Woo!
You look
Sorry, what's up,
Steve?
Yeah, you
Thanks.
Yo.
You look, hey, Steven, you look just tall enough. How's your day, Steven?
It's going great. I heard we were all saying the N-word in here, so I had to join.
Whoa, hey, this is not the kill stream now. That's your people, okay? All right, so Steven, I got one question for you. What do you disagree with most with Dan? Because you guys used to have a podcast together.
I think Dan is a fairly reasonable person, but I don't think he has like any super strong opinions in areas that I have super strong opinions in. So I don't know like what we would disagree on.
There's
let's get back to what we're talking about so it goes naturally. Otherwise, it'll get awkward and weird. So Dan, ask me your question, and then I think Destiny can chime in on for his opinion, and I can go in.
I mean, I was trying to get to the idea of, because I just started streaming recently again. And the thing that's scary is the idea that, something happens and all of a sudden it's not just like someone just blew up a tweet with fucking 3K retweets or something, but like your life is fucking front and center. And I was giving the example, if you remember that chick, Justine, Destiny, way back in the day, she said she was on her way to Africa, and on the way she tweeted, going to Africa, hope I don't get AIDS, bye, or something. And then she got on the airplane. And by the time she got off, like her fucking life was over. It was on the homepage of CNN. It was on Fox News, like everything. Like that was it. Just this one tweet. And she wasn't a big deal. She was a fucking like 50 follower Andy at that point.
To be clear, real quick, one of the things that she tweeted, it was like, she's like, oh, hope I don't get AIDS. Just kidding, I'm white.
Oh yeah, fuck, that was the last part about it. Yeah, sorry. Correct.
What do you mean? Sorry, correct. That's even worse.
I know it's worse. I forgot that part at the end. That is true. It was sorry. I'm not saying it was a fucked up thing to say.
I don't think it was a fucked up. I think that she was joking. I think her joke was that white people don't usually have to deal with things related to HIV or AIDS. Like looking through like her Twitter history at the time, like that was the joke she was making. Like
so she was white. Actually like
she was like making fun of the
Dan, I don't see the sympathy part at all. I don't get what you're trying to say.
Wait, how do you not see the sympathy part?
That her life got destroyed. She sounded like an idiot. She would have destroyed it a million different ways.
No, you can't. The ways that you get destroyed today are super unique compared to how you used to in the past. It's way different now.
Okay.
And I think in the past, your life was like sandboxed so much more in every environment that you were in. Like if you do something dumb to a friend, then you lose a friend. If you do something dumb at a job, you lose a job. If you say something dumb to a family member, maybe some family hates you. But nowadays, if you fuck up in any one area, anywhere, then you are destroyed in every single area, everywhere.
That's true.
That's why I have so much retarded respect for streamers that do 10, 15-hour streams for years and not say anything dumb, because you give a 15-hour stream to anyone in that chat and within the first 8 minutes,
Well, look at how long did PewDiePie last before he was dropping N-bombs.
I think it's only Crypt is the only one who survives without controversy, right? Has Crypt ever done anything ever?
Well, I mean, like it depends on the kind of person or the kind of content you do too. Like Hafu is somebody that streamed a long time. I don't think she's ever said anything racy. Pokemon stream for a long time. Lily Pichu. It just depends on like the type of humor that you're involved in and whatnot. Right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think the left is like vindictive and actually holds grudges, because man, I troll with a Trump hoodie on my first day on Twitch and I get hated. Hey, I'm not gonna partner him, he's a troll. But the PUBG guys dropping N bombs for years and years, they all get partnership after 2 years. Give me a fucking break, man. There's no consistency in this platform.
Why don't you have a partner, John?
We know, because I trolled too hard when I came in. That's why. That's the truth. But nobody wants to say it.
Have you talked to someone and they're like, sorry, you're not getting it, or what?
I talked to, I'm not going to say the name, admin, and he's like, you're on no blacklist. People love you, but you're just not getting partnered. They didn't know why. Like, he didn't understand it. And
I'll be honest with you. I think, not to minimize your issue, John, and I'll say this out loud too. Like, I think an even worse thing of you not being partnered is I actually am still upset that Destiny got unpartnered. I think that's actually worse. Like, I'm gonna give it a buck with you.
Okay.
Right.
Train. I'm gonna disagree there, because as much as I think Steven said about protecting property, but he said it in a nuclear way, it makes sense from a corporate standpoint that they don't want to be liable for what Steven said. It makes a lot of sense.
Wait, why wouldn't they? I don't understand. Why wouldn't they just ban me then?
Because you've built the fucking platform, they're gonna pay homage to you.
No, come on, dude. They don't think that way.
But if you want to talk about
the political space, you don't think nobody?
No, they don't think about like paying homage or any shit like that.
What are you
talking about? Humans are biased. Their nature is biased. You think it's a robot that did it?
You just contradict yourself, though, John. John, you just contradict yourself, though.
Mm-hmm.
The very reason you gave to why you see it reasonable that Destiny gets unpartnered is the very reason why what you just said to why he isn't getting banned just can't be true. If they're willing to unpartner someone that quote unquote built the platform because it's a brand risk and the corporate eyes, that's all that matters. This idea that he's not banned because he built the platform wouldn't matter either. So it's one or the other. You can't give the argument that he's not banned for that reason and then say he got unpartnered for the other, right? It makes no sense.
I mean,
also, if you were worried about a brand risk, like, I don't think anybody being partnered or unpartnered has anything to do with anything in terms of like how people view a platform. For instance, let's say somebody came on the platform and started like screaming the N-word and said he wanted to kill all people or some shit, and then like news people started to report on it. Like, Twitch isn't going to come out and be like, oh no, it's okay that he's saying that. He's not partnered here, right? Like, that wouldn't make a difference to anybody. I don't think anybody views it that way.
My issue is what the unpartnered thing is, right? Like, I still am not fully clear with what Destiny said. I've read it a couple of times. But my issue is in what you're preaching. My issue isn't in what you're preaching, John. My issue is in what you're preaching, not what you're preaching, but the inconsistency portion of it, right?
Yeah.
If in the like style of content politics, there is a safety net where you can make extreme nuclear takes, which I see on the left side in very, very bad things I've heard be said from the left side of politics, right? Very bad. And then as soon as something is said that is seen more so right-leaning, you get unpartnered. Like, I have an issue with that, right? Yeah. If you're gonna allow one person that maybe follows the political stance that the website believes, and you're gonna let them go off with nuclear takes and say crazy fucking shit that hits national news, right? Then I think it's only fair in the same subject and the same like safety net of politics to allow the other side to go, and especially someone like Destiny that's been on the platform for a while and that you could just give a talk to, right? So that's my issue. If you're going to let one go, I think it's reasonable, especially if you're a platform that kind of gives the vibe off of the more left side platform. It'd be consistent in their own political views to do that, right? If you're
so real quick, so when it comes to these types of things, the reason why it's kind of confusing to look at it from like what statements are made, what political views, blah, 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 blah. Like, the easiest way to look at it is just like, what is the risk to the company? So as it stands today, with the way that corporate money works, you're never, ever, ever going to get in trouble or canceled for like fucking with conservatives. So you can come out and talk about like killing like any Republican or cops or whatever shit you want, and nothing is ever going to happen to you because like no one is going to cancel you over that. No one like cares about that. But if you were to say something bad against like more socially progressive values, then you're in like cancel territory. So that's going to be the stuff that they enforce.
I think the first thing I reached out to Steven about privately was I said, you keep debating lefties and they're going to anchor you as an alt-righter, you fucking idiot. And he's like, don't worry about me. And I'm like, trust me, I know how they operate. I know. And Train, your whole rant about lefties aren't consistent or fair. There's no fair in love and war, and they don't feel that they're getting a fair presidency.
Well,
so they'll do anything. They'll do anything. They'll even castrate their own.
I preach both. I preach that both sides are. My point is both extreme right and extreme left are both inconsistent.
My issue is I never meet righties. Like, do you have any righty friends? I can't even think of one on Twitch.
Yeah, I'm from fucking Arizona, bro. Every time I open my Instagram feed, I see some fucking bullshit Instagram story of how the goddamn mask is a goddamn muzzle. We ain't your dogs, you fucking government. The mask is a muzzle. Don't wear the mask. I have righty friends.
I think the mask should have been here 50 years ago because I can't believe I used to let people give me my fucking McChicken burger without a mask. That shit's disgusting. People be sneezing and shit, you know? Do you guys understand what? All right, I'll just go fuck myself.
I do have righty friends. On Twitch, obviously, there aren't. On Twitch, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I hate to like sound like I'm advocating for the right, but like on Twitch, you just get banned. I'm pretty sure as soon as you hit over 1,000 viewers, you just get permabanned. So there is no right on Twitch. But as far as
hold on, what about Lecherfan? He's about to hit 1,000, right?
No shot.
What? No fucking way.
I'm actually setting up a debate with Destiny and Lecherfan, but I'm thinking maybe it's a dumb idea because Lecherfan is literally Tucker Carlson copy pasta, right?
I think the reason is just because certain communities exist on certain platforms. So like on YouTube, you're much more likely to see a right-leaning community of people than on Twitch. Keep in mind that for Twitch, I'm not trying to jerk myself out, but like I'm the one that did politics for a long time here, and I was the only one doing it for a long time. So the people that started to come in would be people that would more align with my point of view than not, right? Because they'd probably feel a little bit more welcome because I'm kind of like cultivating or curating the Twitch political audience to be a bit more left-leaning. So it's going to be more left-leaning people that come in. Yeah. So the right-leaning people are going to get bullied out more.
I think the shift that happened is when these new guys came in and pushed Steven a little to the side. It was kind of a statement of we don't want that much logic. We want more feelings-based arguments, right? And that's to be fair, selling feelings. Streamers sell feelings. By the way, they don't sell logic.
That's how it's always been. Like the people that prefer my content aren't like going on to like some platform and it's like, oh, this is the most logical, consistent, rational. Blah. Usually people like to watch me because I scream at people and then I make them look dumb. Like that's why that was like the main draw for my content for a long time.
No, there's one other reason is I know if you're talking about something, you've spent 6 years.
Yeah. There are people that appreciate that, but the main reason why I got popular is because I was a left-leaning person that could also be like rude and rambunctious and shout and scream at people or whatever. That was like the main draw.
Like the other side of the coin, which is
yeah. It wasn't just like people just wanted the facts and logic. Like that's like a benefit for some people, but the main draw is just the entertainment part.
It is interesting though.
Exactly. Yes, that's exactly what, like I was trying to. And right now, so my eyes are closed. I'm like half asleep, just thinking and talking, but. I was trying to think of a comparison, but that's exactly right. It's the show, it's the entertainment part that is the new age, right? So like if you think about like if I equate it to like working out, right? Mm-hmm. I can go watch like some actual bodybuilders that like know what they're doing, know what they're saying, like, you know, but it's gonna be boring, right? Or I can go watch fucking Kanye West do The Biggest Loser and help people lose weight on a show where he's making fun of them half the time. Right? I'm probably gonna like most people are gonna watch that over the actual bodybuilder boringly lifting, right? Like there's no entertainment in that, right? So when you add the entertainment factor in there, that's always going to sell over, especially on a site like Twitch. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that's true of literally everything. Like if you like on YouTube, like I think if I remember, I think like a lot of the lifting people that were really popular, like are people that are good at what they do, but they're also like really entertaining. Like Elliot on the Strength Camp channel, or like the Hodge twins. Like these are people that are like also just funny to watch. It's not just like a rundown of like the best lifting techniques or whatever. It's usually people that are entertaining too.
But it is interesting when people leave their field. Like I grew up with the Hodge twins and their sick sense of humor and the cackling that I do like a hyena. It's all from them indulging in that content. But damn, when they went to politics, I never watched them again. Ever. And it's just like, you know, like some people that just leave into, even Joe Rogan is kind of pissing me off because look, he doesn't want the backlash, but after farming the Bernie bros, he indirectly endorsed Trump by putting Alex Jones on right before the election. People are saying I'm being a conspiracy Andy, but you put Alex Jones on before an election, we know what you're doing, right? And people are getting mad that I said that, but I'm like, everyone has an agenda and the right, you know, believe it or not, is fucking hypocritical as fuck. The most I've ever seen in 2020 was bitching about sizable government, big government, but not complaining when the fucking Coast Guard rolls in with tanks for some fucking little riot down the target. It was like ridiculous. And we just need a Crowder versus Steven. That's all we're missing 2020, dude.
Wow, good one. Train, when are you going to sell out and start making like shows with Ven and Twitch and shit?
Fuck. I mean, I'll keep it $150 with you. Like,
I thought it's a stack and a half, Train. What do the Zoomers say?
It depends on the context, right? Like, so it depends. In this context, I'm going to say $1 because it's more of a serious tone. If I want to say stack, that means I'm going to lead with a joke. When I say $1, that means I'm going to give an actual opinion. So I'm going to give it $1 with you, right? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm being dumb or not, but I've declined. I mean, Devin can vouch. Me and Devin disagree on a lot of things, but I've declined a lot because they don't match my brand. But as far as Van and Twitch stuff goes, I mean, if they were open to like let me do it in a way where I think it would best work, I'd be down. But I don't know about this stuff where you go onto that. I don't know. There's just a lot of. I feel like big companies.
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Yeah, I'm so lost right now.
What I'm trying to say is, big companies come onto Twitch, and they think that because they have a lot of money, that they put a really nice setup there, and that's what matters, right? But it's not. It's like if you want to come on there and try and like integrate in, you need to listen to the streamer, right? Got to kind of learn the ins and outs of it, and that's the way you kind of get integrated in. You can't just like create a channel.
No, guys.
So like start hitting 30, 40K numbers, right? It's just not how it works, right? So if they're open to like kind of being more open and flexible, then I'd consider it possibly, right? But right now, like I don't know. I don't really want to go onto another channel and move my stuff over. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand. I was just curious if you'd thought about it at all.
Yeah, and not to mention, I don't know if you're there for that podcast, but I've pretty much any sponsor, no matter how much they've offered.
Evelyn, you gotta give me 10 subs. That's the only way you can be in the chat.
Or fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
I've told Devin, and Devin has said no, but I've made him add me to the group, and I literally told him to fuck off. So that's just a big no for me. Like I mean, it's maybe I'll regret it in 20 years. Maybe it's dumb, but I just like if I have to go live and I have to like stop the things that make me enjoy going live. Like at that point, like I might as well just finish law school, right? I might as well just went to law school and finish, right? So it's like I've literally.
I'll tell you something, Train. Take it from me. When I start working hard, farming hard, nothing I kick myself harder for than burning bridges, dude. It's not good.
But speaking of events, Destiny, I want to do a panel for the election. I know you're one of the bigger political streamers,
I guess I'll just go fuck myself, John. I guess
so. Obviously, you can stream. Everyone that's on the panel is going to do their own stream. But I think we should get into a group. I mean, obviously, you can be muted most of the time and like talk to your chat and do your own analysis. But just to be in the group and have access to unmute and just join up, I think it'd be big if we all like just got together and witness the important parts together. So if you want to be a part of that, you're more than welcome to join us.
Yeah, just drag me around. Sounds like it'd be fun.
Yeah, I'll just add you to the group and you can just join in and make jokes, talk to us, give us the information that none of us will know what the fuck's it'll be me and like some others that.
Biden's down by 8,000 in Michigan.
Wait, in Michigan?
In Michigan. Wait, are you sure? No, I miscounted. I miscounted as my delusion. Sorry, guys.
Oh.
I miscounted. My bad. I didn't see it too.
208,000. No, Wisconsin's 8.
5 minutes ago, you're fired from it. Okay.
Guys,
other counties.
Michigan's all Trump.
I'm looking at the Michigan votes with the percentage and the numbers. Okay, there's
What
no
turn into fucking Zherka? What happened?
no way that
took a
Joe
break.
wins Michigan.
No,
Yeah, give
look
us
at
the-
Wayne.
It's just-
Look at
Yeah,
Wayne
there's
County.
no way.
win
He's right.
Michigan,
No, he's
then
right.
there's no way.
He's not trolling. He's right.
Then that means there's no way I lose this bet.
Like me, have no idea what the fuck's going on. For me, election day is like the championship of every sport, right? It's like, for me, I'm at a point where, right, like most sports are just fucking boring to watch. But the championship,
like the final or whatever, for some reason.
Yeah, like football, right? I know this is gonna be a hot take. I personally don't even like watching football, right? All these tweets I keep seeing about Panthers, Jaguars, whatever the fuck these teams are. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, I don't give a fuck. That shit's boring to me.
Yeah.
When the Super Bowl's on, it's like, fuck it. It's the, one game. It actually matters who wins and loses, right? Like, it's fun to watch. So the election night's like that for me. When these debates come on, I know I could have went live, got 30, 40K viewers, said fuck it. But it's like, it's not enjoyable. But election day is different. It's like watching,
Thank you, Lo.
Like, I love when they bring in, I love, when was his name? Wolf Blitzer says, we have another, what does it say? Another projection has come through.
The election alert or whatever.
Alabama is going to Trump. It's just like, I love the hype behind like who it goes to. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you so much, Red. I want to.
So I think it'll be
You
fun to
want
get
to
a group
prime
together for
on
that.
me? I want to shine my cock with toothpaste, minty cock for you.
A shit show. I can't wait.
Damn,
Hopefully
dude, that's
the
gonna
media-
be crazy. Can you imagine if Trump won again, dude? There'd be fucking riots.
Oh my
There's gonna be riots either way, though.
I don't know if there'll be riots if Trump loses. I don't know. Maybe there will be too, though.
Dude,
I don't know.
There will be, because Trump is fucking crazy, and he's going to be like, the liberals are stealing this fucking election from us. They, he's fucking nuts.
How true is that he said, oh, if they win, then he's not going to leave office? Was that like, what the fuck?
Well, I got to bet with.
Okay, wait. So here, so here's the problem. Here's what people are scared about. So a lot of people are mailing in votes, right? A historic number of votes have been mailed in this election cycle. It wasn't mailed in last time. And what people are worried about happening is that votes are going to be counted in a certain way on election night, that like they're going to start counting the people voting by hand first, like they show up in person and vote rather than the mail-in votes. And what's going to happen is the margins are going to be so big in some states that they're just going to say on election night, okay, fuck it, we're calling it, it's over. But if they would have counted all the mail-in ballots, then it would have like swung the other way. So that's what people are worried about. People are worried that like the ballots won't get counted in time, and Trump will want to stop and call the election before everything is counted, and then no one knows what will happen from there.
Well, I mean, there's other shit that people are saying he'll try and do as well, like convincing, Republican governors and states that have Democratic, basically to become faithless electors and shit like that.
No, that's not going to happen. That won't happen.
I mean,
that's all. What I just said is the only realistic, like, fucky shit that could happen. All the other stuff.
Destiny, I got a question that's. I got a question real quick. No, I have short term, please. Destiny, I don't want to say it's like rigged, but wouldn't Trump kind of like helping out these rappers and big platform Andes? Isn't that kind of like fucking cheating? That hey, you rappers are gonna get a better tax rate, and therefore tell your communities to vote for Trump. That's like securing his own interest through money. That's like so. I don't know.
What? That's fair. You can advertise as much as you want.
I don't like
Welcome to the Andrew Yang campaign.
No, Biden's doing that as well.
Yeah, everybody does that.
I don't know. When I saw 50 Cent, did you see 50 Cent guys say
he's fucking stupid though. But dude, do you remember the Andrew Yang campaign? Did you have no problem with that? Elect me and I'll give you $1,000 a month. I understand the concept behind it. Sure, you love that, but do you think that's maybe buying him a little bit of relevance when he did that?
Yes, but
so should the next candidate compete with him by saying he's going to give you $1,010 a month?
Those are not mutually exclusive, because he's offering it to everyone, not just rappers.
I want to ask this. So, two things I want to ask. The first thing is, Dan, after the plane thing that you explained, you were going to a different category with me, asking me another question that goes further into that. Think about what that was, because I want to go into that. And the second thing I want to ask is, I've seen a lot of drama in the state of Texas for voting and the different sides kind of combating. Is it true that Texas is actually going to be a battleground state this year? There's no.
There's like a 30% chance, I think.
I could see that. I mean, wasn't when Alex Jones was there, is like he was in a big truck and shit driving around and all that shit? Like people rioting, trying to break in his truck, and everyone's fighting. Wasn't it like that?
Texas could go either way, which is pretty scary for the Republicans. It's probably going to go to Trump though, but the polls that have come out are like very, very, very close. Like within, like I've seen everything from +2 to Biden, meaning like 51-49 Biden, up to like 5 points plus for Trump. So like yeah, it's hard to say.
Can you imagine if Texas turned to Biden? You know how embarrassing that would be for the Republican Party?
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, that'd be very embarrassing.
I mean,
that would say a lot to them.
It could happen because, I mean, Austin's already completely against Trump, right? So,
Austin
doesn't have a lot of people.
Yeah, no, Austin
LA,
is literally.
right?
Austin's literally the Los Angeles. It's literally Los Angeles.
LA people,
Texas.
right? That just went from LA to Austin, right?
Well, that's like what's said by the locals. The locals kind of joke about it, but it's just like pretty much Austin is like the liberal city of Texas. Like all of Texas is.
Well, to understand, so the divide politically in America often falls along rural and city lines. So every single big city in America is typically full of liberals, and a lot of or most rural parts of America are typically full of conservatives. That's like how the divide politically works. So if you look at Texas, if you go to like Houston, Dallas, and Austin, you're going to find a ton of liberals. If you go to California and you go to like Central California, like out in the boonies, like out in the rural areas, you're going to find a lot of Republicans, even in California. It just depends on like if you live in a big city, you tend to be more liberal. If you live kind of more in a country area, you tend to be conservative generally.
Steven, I got a question. Like, Trump has burned so many bridges. Like, I think he's even been on record saying that he wouldn't even want Europeans from Europe, EU people to go to US because they all lean as socialists and stuff like that. I mean, like, if you think about it, Trump's burned so many bridges that there's a huge chance that he's gonna lose this one because Biden, just like Dan said, is not hated like Hillary. Hillary is like the easiest person to beat in a fucking debate. But then again, you see the rallies. Like, how much do those, just seeing all those people at the Trump thing, like, how much of that can we believe?
How much can we believe that?
I mean? Like the big rallies, and then Biden has the small ones, or do we trust the polls or what we're seeing?
I mean, I think like a polling thing is like super complicated. I think the polling is like pretty on point right now, but we'll see what happens. Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I mean, I'm in Canada, so I could train. You're in Texas. Holy shit! You must be terrified.
No.
What do you mean? If it's just people fighting on the street, that's crazy.
I mean, dude, Austin is very weird. I'll tell you why. Austin is like, have you seen those movies where like there's vampires and werewolves?
Yes.
And there's a quarter where there's like witches and they're doing fortune telling and like burning incense and herbs. Austin is like the witch quarter of the United States or like of Texas. Like, it's just like there's like card readings, fortune tellings. People are fucking walking around barefoot and in fucking Jesus sandals, like looking up at the sky, drinking Kool-Aid and shit. Like the fuck's going on? Like, Austin's it's a very weird and like hippie city, very, very much so. So like, no, I'm not worried about any fighting. And if there's any fighting, they're gonna have slingshots at most.
It's crazy because, Steven, wouldn't Trump be on good terms with the military that he rebuilt, so he couldn't leave office if they're on his team, right?
I don't think the military would back a U.S. president in like a coup or something. I don't think anything was going to get that dramatic, though.
I mean, 2020's been nuts. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, the crazy thing, and I think what not enough people are thinking about right now is, let's just say Trump loses. The fuck are the next 3 months going to be like? It's going to be bananas, dude. Like, let's just say he loses in a landslide. Let's say Trump, like, he can't even contest the election. He loses so bad. What is this dude going to do until January 20th?
That's actually what's terrifying.
Crazy.
I think Destiny said it best when he's like, hardcore lefties that, like, when they see blood, they just cancel you hardcore and destroy your life. But hardcore righties go out and fucking kill you. So it's like, if the righties lose, what the fuck are they going to do on the streets? That's what's terrifying. All those like gun Andes and shit. Scary, man.
Do you have any guns, John?
Yeah,
I'll be right back in a sec.
Just these two.
No firearms?
No.
What about you, Train?
I don't like to comment on so here's what I will say.
Train's got machine guns, dude.
No, it's
right
not that
after
I'm
Dr.
machine
K,
gun.
he just goes to the range. How often do you go to range, Train?
Well, since COVID, I've been quarantining very seriously, but I pre-COVID, I have the like diamond platinum membership to my gun range. So I have like a private range in a private room. I get
Guys,
to,
hit follow.
use, but
I'm trying to flex on
listen,
people. Hit follow.
there's like a statistic. It's very high. So people who buy guns for self-defense that don't have proper training and that just buy the gun thinking it's just a point and shoot type of thing, right? There's like a statistic on it where it's like I'm pretty sure it's more than half for those individuals, right? Not like trained individuals, for like untrained.
What about you, Dan? You have guns?
Oh, dickhead, I'm not done speaking.
I was done listening. I was kidding. Man.
Anyways, there was like a high statistic that the people that buy that are untrained, it's more likely for that gun to be used against them and them being killed by it than them actually using it for that self-defense they originally bought it for.
Hmm.
Do you know that?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. You're a pretty wealthy guy now. You can get a machine gun legally, and in Texas, it'll be pretty easy for you. And you can shoot.
I think because I've looked into it to like add to it. Well, never mind. But I've looked into it. I think you can get a semi-auto, and then what you can do is
you can buy a machine gun. You can. It's the cheapest. Yeah. So it's about to get like an AR-15 fully automatic, depending on the year. It's between I want to say it's between 25 and 35. You can get shittier guns that are full auto. Like you can get a old Uzi for probably 10 grand.
How the fuck is full auto legal? What the fuck?
Well, it's not. No. I think you can do so. I'm not really caught up on gun laws. So I can't.
Dan, I'm pretty sure you're wrong. Full auto.
I can't say much. I can't say much because.
No way.
Oh my God.
No way.
John, you live in fucking Canada. You shouldn't be in this fucking conversation. You have fucking slingshots and fucking goddamn paper machete
bow and arrows,
straw shots.
But I'm from a military family, and I know gun laws, dude. Like Canadian military family.
Canadian military? What do you have? Tugboats in the Navy? Like the fuck are you talking about? Military?
They got horses and bow and arrows, man. That's their army.
We've got RCMPs who ride horses too, but you guys can shit on Canada all you want, but like at the end of the day, we're happy. You guys are miserable.
Yeah, but
you're happy as long as we let you be happy. We decide that we want Canada. You guys are done.
If America falls, you're fucked. Okay, like. We're your big brother that defends you from the bully. If America falls, that happiness is at the mercy of whatever other superpower that's left up.
So now you're pro-American imperialism? Interesting.
Listen, I'm pro-American Montreal tomorrow. But
I love Canada. Don't get me wrong. I love Vancouver. Vancouver's a beautiful, beautiful city. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I'm not caught on gun laws. I can't talk much on a lot of things for obvious reasons for people that know me and my community. But anyways, here's the point. So hear me out here. Even before what you're talking about, Dan, there was something. I don't know if you or Destiny will know about this, but for semi-automatic guns, what you would do is you would buy a semi-automatic.
And I sent you a link, and you can see the prices of the different types of machine guns you can get. So as I said, getting like a Uzi might be like 10 to 15 grand, but getting like a fucking AR-15 is more expensive because that's more desirable and you can do shit with it, right? So, but the other thing
is more than 15 grand.
A fucking Uzi is 15 grand.
You said AR-15 is more.
Oh, yeah, we're back.
I'm talking about full auto, Stephen, to buy full auto.
Oh, well, you're talking about M16s then, right? Technically.
I mean, I'm just saying the platform. An M16 is just basically an AR-15 platform. But if you look at
wait, isn't the AR-15 platform based off the M16 platform? Isn't it the other way around?
Well, I think the Armalite Model 15 was what the M16. I think M16 is an AR-15.
Fuck, I have to look it up. I don't remember.
But I can pull up the prices now. So an AR-15 right now, full auto, is trending at $27,000. Is the going price for a full auto one?
Well, yeah, because there's only like so many that exist in the US.
So it's like but if you buy one and you get the stamp, and if you're in Texas, that's easy to do. You can have a machine gun. Basically, that's it. But other than that, the only other option is you can buy the part, but the part is usually almost as expensive as buying the gun, so you might as well just buy the gun itself. It's called
if you buy a fully automatic gun, don't you still need like a class 3 license or something to?
Yeah, so you have to get. It's called a green card.
I've never even understood the point of getting something like that. Like,
it's fucking sick, dog, and it holds its value really well because you know they're not going to make machine guns legal anytime soon.
I know it's sick, but it's like if you're going to defend yourself or do something like that, like
these aren't like for self-defense. This is like fun shit that you get.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got to look at it this way: if you have a lot of money, and you're into guns,
you're talking just going out with friends and shooting.
Well, I mean, it depends, man. I mean, Mac 10 at the house might be
what you're telling me is one of two things. I'm hearing either some like gang shit or I'm hearing some CIA covert operations.
No. So the way that that gun act worked was in the 80s. They basically made it illegal. I think was it the 80s or earlier? They at some point they made it.
I think
86. Okay, they made it illegal to produce like civilian machine guns, basically. So there are a fixed amount of fully automatic weapons in the United States. It's like 180,000 fully automatic weapons, and that's why they're so expensive because there's a fixed amount. Because any made after that point, you can't. They're not legal or whatever. So the reason, yeah, something like that. Yeah. So the reason why so like if you buy something like that, it's like it's a collectible, it's cool. You can say that you own a gun that was made. It's kind of like having like a World War I or World War II rifle. It's like one of those things. And if you want, you can take it to the range. They hold their value well because they're rare as fuck because it's a fixed supply. So like that's why you'd buy it. It's like it's kind of like you're asking a question of like you've never defended yourself with it. It's like why would you buy like a mint condition in a huge case like holographic Charizard? Like you can't play with that in your deck. You're never going to take it out of its like case. And it's like, well, yeah, I'm not buying the card to like use in a Pokemon deck. It's like a collectible. It's kind of like that, treating it like that basically.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you could use it for defense, though.
Yeah,
just to be clear, you could.
It makes sense. I was referring to like, so the main argument people use for the Second Amendment, shit like that, right? Like I was referring to that, like the right to bear arms and the right to defend yourself, shit like that, right? Like as far as like shooting and for fun and collecting, I understand that 100%. I was referring to like people who convince themselves they need to defend themselves. That's what I'm referring to. Like, because at that point, we're talking full out like Civil War type shit. I mean, for defense, I'm referring, right? Because like, there's no way you're going to use that for like a home invasion. The fuck are you going to do?
Man, I mean, you could. There's no reason there's no law against using a machine gun.
Well, I know that. But it's like, fuck, that's.
Well, I mean, the real talk is someone's breaking into your shipping container train. Do you want to have a semi-auto or a full auto? All things equal.
Well, my shipping container is a little different because it's literally one narrow way to the main door, and it'd be great for that gun, right? It'd be amazing to have a fully automatic.
There you go, dude.
Right? It'd be great, right? But like,
it's an investment, man. Put some of that money.
Like, if you're moving corners fast and you got a 2-story, like, I low-key would. Actually, I guess I don't know. What gun would you prefer in that situation? A 2-story where you're dipping in, diving between stairs.
I mean, it's close. Probably an SMG, probably an SMG, something that's compact, that's not going to have a lot of recoil. No, I don't think you want an AR in a house. It's going to go through fucking.
No, I would say a Glock would suffice in that situation, like where you're moving fast.
Sure, that would do fine. But if you're saying train, would you rather have a fucking Glock or an MP5? What's the answer of which train is going to want to fucking fight someone off breaking into his house with, dog? And you can get an MP5.
I guess an MP5 would work.
Yeah.
I don't know if
MP5s are expensive though. Those are 42,000 right now.
That's scary. Dude, all these kind of guns jam. A Glock is reliable. Train's right.
Nah, I'll tell you what's revolver. Or, God damn it, what's reliable? It's a fucking revolver.
You misspoke.
Clip.
Yeah, a revolver is good shit, man. Yeah, that's something to have. But yeah,
dude, I shot a 50 caliber revolver at the gun range.
I bet that fucked your hand up.
Dude,
yeah, that thing.
Yeah, I shot a 50 caliber revolver, man. Listen, when I pulled the trigger on it, it actually, this happened to all of our fingers that were there. It actually, it bruised. It like pinches your trigger finger, and there's a black and blue bruise there for like 4 days.
You can't one-hand that thing. I don't think you can one-hand it. No,
it's a two-hand. It's just like the power of it. Like I have a picture of it. Still, like I can actually link it in Discord for you guys. You actually see the flame, you see it come out of the barrel. It's insane.
It was so funny. Everyone was messaging me. They're like, train Slicker Zherka at a shooting range. This stream is a horrific idea.
And man, it's crazy like how my anxiety exploded through the roof. The first thing we see when we walk in there on stream is some guy leaving his face covered in blood, leaving the range. Remember that, Train?
Yeah, it's because the guy he brought his own guns in. And I think he got a little too I think he got too comfortable or maybe overconfident, and it actually recoiled and it hit him back in the face.
Yeah.
The gun's recoil hit him back. Like the gun came back and hit him in the face, which he got lucky because in those situations, things usually happen in that situation, right?
Yeah.
Train, are you into survivalist shit at all?
Bear Grylls, fuck yeah.
I am, yes.
I am fucking too, dude. I am. You got any survival thoughts, man? I can put them your way, dude. I was ready.
I still have to learn a lot about I still have to learn a lot about guns, and I still have a lot to learn about survival stuff. But I'm very into
I am so into that shit across the board because I look at it this way, right? Like you're spending like $1 or $2 grand to potentially survive something fucking crazy. Like up until this point, it's like imagine a coronavirus, but instead of like 1% fatality, it would be 80% fatality. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for the fact that you might not be able to leave your place for like 3 months? Do you have the food, the water? Do you have like shit like that there? Yeah, I do. I got it all in that thing right there. I got fucking all the shit I need in the.
Where is this setup? Is this your?
This is my guest house.
Oh, so you have.
It's just one big room here. Yeah.
Is it connected to the other one or?
No.
Okay, so you have different property elsewhere.
Well, no, it's just it's a pool, and then my house, and then this thing.
How did you meet Steven? I know the lore, but not.
I'd actually be curious of what the date was. He could probably look it up and search Tiny Chat in his email. But I watched him for a long time. I think I started talking with him.
You found Tiny Steven in Tiny Chat?
Good one.
Good one.
I started talking with him when I was running it, and we were going to start recruiting streamers off of Ustream. At that point, we're because we were trying to get all of the best talent over to our platform, and we're going to give them deals to leave wherever they were at that time. Yeah. I'm not sure if that was a time of Justin TV or Ustream or whatever it was, but we were reaching out to people, and I was like, fuck, I'm really big into StarCraft. I play a fuck ton of it, so I was like, let's get Steven. So I sent him an email, and I don't think nothing ever happened as a result of it, but I talked to them on and off. I mean, it's been like 10 years, give or take, but most recently, probably the last like 5 or 6 years, I've been in his life.
And if you guys ever had because when I think of you guys, I can't imagine. I've never tuned in, and I know all the lore. I follow Destiny even more than Train, and I don't think you guys have ever argued.
No, we argue all the fucking time.
Not
that's
something
because he's
serious. Nothing.
No, it's over small stuff. But that's because his area of expertise aren't in my area of expertise. So we're never gonna have a huge disagreement. Dan's not super fucking invested in some political stuff. So there's not much, and I'm not super invested in I don't know.
Yeah, all of our arguments over stop signs and and shit like that.
Yeah.
What about Dan? You're more for the police, right?
I'm more for the police?
Yeah, then Steven. Steven will criticize the police, but you're more...
Where'd you get that from?
Someone in chat said it today. Am I being
correct? Listen, I'll say it straight up. I'll start it out. Listen, I do think there was corruption in the system, in the police system, but I do support the police. I'll say it straight up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no shock there.
No, I don't listen. The generalization that every single police officer, all cops are about whatever the fuck. Yes, is there corruption in the system that needs to be corrected? Yes. Is there racism in the system? Yes. Are there cops that are acting off racist? The fuck's the word I'm looking for? Racist. What's the
undertones?
No, it's something
flavor. Spice.
It's something explosions, whatever.
Explosions?
No, it's something gens. It's a word, whatever. Yeah. Are all these things true? Yes. Do we need to reform? Yes. Do we need to fix the system? Yes. Do we need to tear it down, rebuild it? Yes. But do I support the police? Yes. Do I think we need to have a police force? Yes. Do I support?
I only support the non-fat ones, dude. Man, when I was working,
I just don't like this idea that every single cop has been vilified and crucified and seen as terrible people. I think there's some great cops out there.
It's just
all right. Explain to me. In Vancouver, I'm in a big group brawl, working my security work. You could say Hell's Angel, or you could say just a biker gang, and there's about 13, 15 people brawling, with me included, and I was young buck, 21 years old, and I see the cops come, and I'm like, finally, it's over, and the motherfucker pulls out a camcorder and starts recording the evidence, because there's too many people to pull off each other, and there's like 3 cops, and they're so late to everything on my Granville street. So it's like sometimes I see young doormen, security guys who apprehend someone with no weapon on them. And these cops, the first thing they do is draw a gun or a taser. You know, I don't like an untrained cop. I don't like fat cops. Matter of fact, I think if you're a fat cop, like, you should be fired.
Let me rephrase what I meant when I said I think we need a police force. I didn't. I think the context wasn't understood there. What I meant is this. Do I think we need a reform? Yes. Do I think that there's corruption in the system? Yes. But do I support people who are police officers that I believe are not racist? Yes. I don't like the generalized blanket over all police officers. I hate that. Because I have friends that are police officers, and I know them as people, and I know they put their lives on the line. And I know the people that are shit that just blanket them and
Can I just interrupt? Steven's
no, you can't interrupt. I hate it.
Steven's gonna hate you for saying that. I'm saying.
Wait, I'm gonna hate him for saying what?
Because you said I have friends that are cops. Steven hates that.
What the fuck? I'm not an ACAB
like
person.
Anarcho-capitalist?
Wait, yeah, chill, dude. Not everything is like a fucking official Ben Shapiro political debate on YouTube.
I just watch you a lot, Destiny.
Yeah, but it's not,
is it anecdotal? Yes. Well, the point I'm making is, John, do you actually think that? Listen, do you think that every single police officer in America is racist?
No.
So then why are you arguing with my point?
I'm not.
So what are you doing?
I'm not arguing with you.
You do understand that the extreme crazy nutcase left will answer yes to what I just asked. They'll say yes, every cop is racist.
That's true.
Have you? Wait here. I can give you I don't agree with this argument, but I'll give you the strongest version of it in case you run into this in the future. Have you ever heard people say that every single person that works for like a private, when I say private military contractor, I'm talking about companies like Lockheed Martin, Boeing, like these types of people. Do you know?
Like BlackRock type of thing?
I think
Like
you can use the military as an example, right? I think I know where you're going with this. Right?
Sure, yeah. I'm just explaining the argument, right? Yeah. People would say that, like, if you work for the military industrial complex, if you work for a private military contractor, you are part of the problem. You are a horrible person. Even if you have like a job as like a satellite controller, or even if you just do like communications or something, or even if you just like build like stuff that doesn't directly kill people or whatever. Anybody that works for any of these companies is enabling that institution in its mission to like kill people abroad is some people would argue against that. So when intelligent people, I say intelligent because a lot of people are dumb as fuck, but when like the smartest people are saying ACAB or all cops are bastards, usually the argument they're making, what they're saying is just by being a police officer, you support the institution of cops, of police officers, and all of that is horrible and racist and fucked. So you should never be a cop. And that's why all cops, it might not be that all cops are racist, but by being a cop, all of them are supporting tacitly like some racist institution.
I disagree. I disagree with it.
Sure. I'm just saying that's the argument. So if you argue with a guy, you're like, oh, so you think all cops are racist? They'll say, well, no, I don't think all cops are racist. I just think that by being a cop, you support that racist institution.
Did it freeze? Did that shit freeze? My computer froze. Holy fuck.
Extreme lefty, and you believe that all cops are bastards, and let's say that hypothetically you are working on a platform that's owned by Amazon, and let's say hypothetically everybody complains about Amazon for not paying their warehouse workers enough, but let's say hypothetically that you have like 20,000 paid subscriptions where people are literally donating money to Amazon on your behalf because they pay for subscriptions to you, right? Well, like, aren't you kind of being a bastard now? Like, aren't you like ACAB, like all Twitch streamers are bastards? Because aren't you now like supporting that? So I mean, like, yeah, that's like nobody lives up to those standards, so it's kind of dumb. And let's be real, like if you're a Twitch streamer, you're a lot more privileged and have the ability to turn down that money than a guy who works like a fucking cop in a small town or some shit.
That's I absolutely love you for that example. Yeah, I mean, to add as well. Fuck, I was gonna add something very. Oh yeah, so I want to go into this area, okay? And I know this is combating it with another extreme, which I hate doing myself. But I just want to ask this question to what you think that these people are thinking, or if you agree with them, you can answer, right? So this idea that Obama is this war criminal or this terrible person, right? Etc. So I'm really tired. I'm half asleep. So I'm gonna try my best. I'm just gonna say, okay, here we go. So I have a question for these people, right? Or for the military. Hold on, I'm stuttering a lot. I'm gonna do my breathing technique, and then I'm gonna come back. Give me 1 sec.
I've never ran an ad, and I don't think I ever will. That's how successful I think I'll be, that I won't need to. I'll be an XQC type. Destiny, I got a question. Yeah,
you gotta watch more cops, Jon Zherka, if you want to grow.
Dude, you get a lot of viewers doing that. It's ridiculous, man.
Okay, I'm back.
Shit.
I exist in Destiny's coattails, where I like it warm and safe.
Okay.
Okay, so here's my question, okay? So these people that like really like crucify the military and go in on them and crucify Obama for, the things he's done.
Mm-hmm.
How can they say the things they say without the full information? And here's what I mean by that, okay? So hypothetically speaking, let's say a president of the United States approved a drone strike to kill, a village of, let's say, 3,000 people, right? There's obviously innocent children, innocent, women, innocent men in there, right? But when we don't have the full information, right? Like, my question is this: how do people know that if he didn't make that call, the next day something in there would have threatened, or let's say a strike would have happened on U.S. soil, where 30,000 people would have died? And why is it the lose-lose situation where if he doesn't do it, he's seen as good, but if the attack on U.S. soil happens, he's bad? It's a lose-lose in that situation, right? Given the hypothetical I just gave, it's a lose-lose. That's why, like, I'm having a hard time understanding these people that are making assessments of what.
Yeah, so just to be really clear, you're going to get like a really distorted view of politics if you go by just online people. So like Obama, as it stands today, I think is the second most popular person in the Democratic Party. Like the massive
Bernie
hatred
first?
for Obama.
I think Bernie will be first, right?
No,
I just looked up Obama's popularity.
No way.
How can you say Bernie first when he came and beat Biden in 2020? The fuck are you talking about?
It's Bernie has supporters train. He gets fucked over by corporate Andes because trust.
No.
The
He got fucked over by his own extremist vocal minority. It's that simple.
What are you talking about?
Okay, wait. We can just read the numbers. We can just read the numbers. Okay. The most popular, like highly approved person is Jimmy Carter in first. Second place is Barack Obama. Third place is Bernie Sanders. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Jimmy Carter first, Obama second. Thank you. Now, anyways, back to your point.
Yeah. So if you're online and you're doing politics and you're like a lefty, when you say online that you're a lefty, what that means is that you're like a socialist or communist or socialist leaning. It means a lot different. It means a much different thing than it means like in America when you say you're a lefty. That just means you're like a Democrat or a liberal. The online term lefty implies something much more extreme. So a lot of these people hate anybody that's a capitalist. And that's really all it comes down to with Obama. They just hate him because he's not a socialist. That's it. The criticisms about foreign policy or any of that shit, nobody even knows or cares about any of that shit. It's just because he's a capitalist. It's basically that simple.
Yeah, I just don't like the thing because I've kind of like just sat back and watched how these guys operate that are like making these judgments. And I know that like, it doesn't matter what he would have done. Because if he, like, I don't know, it just seems like, I don't know. There's just so many inconsistencies I see that just really, really, it bothers me that no one on that side thinks about them. Or do they think about them? Or do they just let the leaders of those, I don't know. I'm too tired.
They just don't care, Train. In the words of Taylor Swift, haters gonna hate.
I don't know. Just like
I'm not going to argue with chat too much about this, but just because I'll get triggers. I know there's dumb things like this. So someone in chat said, people hate Obama because he's a capitalist and definitely not because he didn't do shit for 8 years. So a lot of things that online lefties also don't understand are political processes. It's very hard to do anything as president when Congress is turned against you, and they expended so much political capital on getting the Affordable Care Act passed that they basically lost Congress for the next 6 years. Obama can't really do anything if he doesn't have Congress to help him pass legislation. He's just the president. He can't write bills on his own. So people get mad at Obama for not doing anything. I mean, Obama did two historic things. One was the passage of the ACA, which was like one of the largest, like biggest, bravest expansions into American healthcare in recent history, or maybe even in all of our history. And the second was the Iranian nuclear deal. It was spearheaded by the United States. I mean, these two things are pretty historic and pretty awesome and amazing things. I mean, you love them or hate them, like, it's just a fact.
Is ACA Obamacare?
Yeah, ACA is the Affordable Care Act, yeah. Someone says, LeMayo, he had Congress for 2 years. You think Congress is dumb enough to do one thing in 2 years? The ACA was a massive and monumental fight. I don't know how old you are. Maybe you're like 18 or something and you don't remember.
The Paris Accord, the climate thing.
Fuck that. But yeah, he did that as well.
Easy to do. That wasn't.
What about your thoughts, Disney, on Trump always talks about he's proud of how he like calmed relations with North Korea. What do you think of that?
No, North Korea's a fucked place. There's not much we can do there. He also helped a lot with the gay marriage thing too. That's true as well.
True, yeah.
So,
I haven't heard much from North Korea these days. Wonder what they're up to.
Think they're still testing?
I have no idea. That place, man. You know, it's so interesting. We have all this mental process going into places like Russia and North Korea. And like Russia, like their GDP, I mean, I know this isn't like the best barometer of their power, but their GDP, it's like
oh my God,
plus Ohio.
Did you hear Obama talk about that?
Yeah.
No. What did he say?
There was some brutal fucking, I think this was when he was still president. Somebody asked him about like, what are we going to do about Russia? And Obama basically said, it's
I
like,
remember this, yeah.
Russia is like the country with the failing economy that's like almost like bankrupted itself out of the world. I don't think about them much. It was like some really harsh thing. I was like, holy shit.
It was actually my first debate with Steven. The unironic part, like the part that's very true is I said Russia was made by the U.S., literally made after the Cold War. And that's
wait, what?
Obama would agree with me, right? That Russia ain't no threat. Russia is no threat to the U.S., dude.
Well, I mean, they have nukes, but yeah, they're just, it's a small dog with a very big bite. Or no, wait, no.
My problem is
big
here's
dark
the problem in my eyes. Okay, and like I said, I'm half tired. I just want to reiterate that. My issue is Russia getting to a point where they're bankrupting themselves is bad. If you have nukes and you're getting to a point where your shit's collapsing in on itself and you don't have very much to, you know what I'm saying? Like that's when you start getting into the area of, right? That's when you get right.
Do you know where the end of the world is coming from?
Where?
It's not North Korea. It's not China. It's not Russia. The end of the world is coming from India and Pakistan.
Oh yeah, fuck. Cause they're...
Why? Why is this?
Because those two motherfuckers hate each other and they both have nukes and they're constantly fucking with each other and they're right next to each other. It's like if we had a blood feud with fucking Canada.
Yeah, but why would you nuke a country?
Because they're fucking crazy, dog. And they're run by like religious zealots, or at least Pakistan is. Like, wasn't there some dude from Pakistan on the news like yesterday? Basically, the fuck? Yeah, it was like, oh shit, I'm not going to be able to find this now. There was a guy who I think was the former president of Pakistan going on there saying that, it's they should do I don't know if they said a jihad or something, but saying like against France, like they should wipe them out or some shit like that. It was fucking crazy.
I've actually heard some crazy shit. I've heard some I've heard some crazy shit about the France stuff.
That's an interesting situation too.
And France is going to that like.
Yeah.
Isn't France flooding right now?
Is it? I'm not sure.
I could be bugging. I don't know.
So, Train, what are you doing with your life? What do you do for all your investments for your $500,000 a month you're making right now? You leaving all that in your checking account? You going out and becoming a real estate landlord?
Man, you sound like me. Yeah, Train, what do you do with all that money?
So I do a couple things. Devin has a heart attack every month from a third of what I do with it. Most of it goes into properties, and the other third of it, I Devin has Devin has a heart attack.
It's Pokemon card, someone said.
Wait, Destiny, what'd you say?
Gift of subs.
Yeah, so right now usually I usually don't do this where I'm like hanging out like on the stream. I usually like scroll to the bottom of Twitch and I just like support smaller creators or like
This is actually so true. Like
I don't like talking about it. It's very weird.
Anyone in chat, when I was mad at Train, I was so angry on stream. I think I called you a dead corpse looking dude or some shit like that. I was so angry at you. He just comes and just drops $1,000, and someone in chat said, Zherka, so that's all it takes to win back friendship with Zherka? You can buy him out for $1,000? I said, hey, that's not fucking true. Usually it's 5,000.
So you actually do properties, Train? I didn't know that. That's super cool.
Yeah, people ask why I don't like move into the like houses. It's because one, I do not. So
I thought it was good.
How can I explain this? I'll explain this very simply. Okay.
The Joker will be here all
So
night.
I'll be in the house by myself, and then the next question is, we'll get roommates. I am not going to live with another fucking streamer ever again. There's no one in Austin I want to live with.
What about Mitch?
It's just living with stream. Like I don't know. Like I just learned that like living with streamers and stuff, and living with it's just like people need. I don't know. There isn't a streamer I've met that like, and this is every streamer. It's not one streamer. It's not two streamers. It's every single streamer. And it's not only in Austin. It's every streamer I've ever met in every TwitchCon.
Are cringe narcissists.
No, it has nothing to do with cringe narcissists. I'm talking about there's no awareness of hygiene. You're right. Like
this is so true.
No, there's no awareness.
Underwear on the floor and shit.
I know for a fact they're walking to the fridge after smelling their balls and touching their dick. They're grabbing the milk carton with their dick hand. You know, in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping in my bed, they're probably drinking out of the carton and they're not telling me because it doesn't matter. What I don't know won't hurt me, right? Like all these things are happening, and it's like I know they're happening. So every time I go to the fridge, I'm considering it, and that consideration makes me uncomfortable itself, and that stress, I don't want to deal with it, right? And then on top of that, if I do live alone in a big house, sheesh, hearing creaks in the middle of the night, I'm going to be fucking up with a gun under my pillow, doing a fucking full goddamn clearance of my house, Jason Bourne style. I'm not going to get sleep that way, right? So it's like I stay here for many reasons, including memes of the shipping container stuff. Like, so it's just more convenient for me to stay here. Not to mention I'm surrounded by thousands or hundreds of people because of the complex I live in.
Train,
I'm downtown.
Train, let me tell you something.
Positive vibes.
The only reason I ever wake up and work hard and do everything I'm supposed to do is so one day I have the freedom to live like you, where I can, and I know this sounds crazy, the freedom to never see nobody again. Oh my God, I can't wait for that fucking day. The freedom to never fucking leave my house, never have to go out at a fucking TwitchCon and grow the fucking channel. I can't wait for that day, man.
No, that's wrong. Seeing people is fine. I still go on walks. Like I go on walks by myself. I like seeing people. I like knowing people are doing things and living. Like I enjoy all of that. That's not. I think right now you're just jaded, John. Like it's not the case.
No,
like,
I have like.
There's beautiful.
Let me be honest, Train. Some of the best streams any of us streamers have is just alone with our communities. It's not with other people. True.
Yeah.
So I can't wait till I can always do that. You know.
But you're mistaken it. Like so for me, I don't see it as loneliness. Like so for me, before COVID happened, I had this special thing where I had dinner once a week. And that dinner was just by myself. Like I would book at this restaurant and I'd go alone. Like I enjoy eating alone. It's like, it's nothing. It's not that I hate people. I love people. I'm a very social person. I'm a very outgoing person. I need social interaction to survive. But there's a time and place, right? And that's what a lot of people don't understand right now on Twitch, and I think that's what causes them to, get into little bouts of loneliness and sadness, right?
Yeah.
There's a time and place for everything. I have my time and place where I talk to people, where I have fun with people, where I share ideas and share laughs, and then I have a time and place where I need for myself. I need to clear my mind. I need to talk to myself.
Someone in chat said, Jon Zherka, you're talking about being independent. No, I'm not. Recently, my chat told me that I'm actually an introvert because I get so exhausted from being out in the real world with people that the first thing I do is crash and sleep. And apparently, if you're an extrovert, you don't get exhausted. You get energized from doing that. And I'm so fucking antisocial, Andy, and it cripples me as a streamer that you should see how quiet I am off stream. It's almost scary, like sociopathic quiet. I can't maintain a girlfriend, can't do anything. That's what I want to talk to Dr. K about, is that if I have a girlfriend, this is all I do. I bite my nails till they bleed.
You are not an extrovert. I don't know what the fuck you filled your head with that.
Because of the nightclub thing, living in nightclubs and shit, I thought I was an extrovert.
Yeah, but when I met you at TwitchCon, like
pretty normal, right?
I mean, no, not even normal. Like, you're extremely inward.
Yeah.
You're extremely inward. You're shy. Like,
so
you're a big guy.
Raj said, I could not believe how, like, you don't even invade someone's personal space. You're so, like, scared of people and shit. I'm like, yeah, I want to be away. Like, I want to. That's why I look up to you guys. Dan puts cops on with this stream, gets those viewers with his little freaking framed page.
What do you do, Dan?
We watch his cops.
I don't know if you get away with that.
He gets away with everything, dude.
Yo, I gotta get on that.
Yo, whoa.
When he's not making
Trainwreck, you stick to Gordon Ramsay, okay? I'm breaking out a little niche here, okay? I got my landlord content and my cops and my border shit, okay? Just you got your whole thing, right? You're much bigger, okay? Don't take this away from me.
I ain't risking that.
There you go. Perfect. Well, there's nothing. Well, mainly no VODs, no clips is the way.
Yeah.
Someone, Dodger Dog, said, you're lying out your ass trying to cuck us on with me. Yeah, when the camera's on and I know that I can escape my security lifestyle for a different future, of course I'm going to be funny. Of course I'm going to farm. But really, if you put me on an island, be antisocial, and it's the greatest. Every girl tells me, they're like, what kind of boyfriend doesn't text or call me for 3 weeks because they go farm and watch anime in their spare time? And I said, that's who I am. I'm fucking immature at heart.
In my opinion, you have to be honest with yourself, okay? There's a difference between enjoying time with yourself, that I guess would be defined as loneliness, versus being sad, insecure, and something missing, and retreating to the anime and running away from the girl. Right?
When I go to Dragon Ball, I'm going to my let me finish. When I watch hours of Dragon Ball, I'm retreating to my infant self because I don't want to think of the stress of my stream that, I'm not a 10K Andy yet. I'm not this yet. I'm not that yet. And you're right. Yeah, it's a waste of time. But I'll tell you something, Train. I genuinely believe, forget a girlfriend until I'm where I need to be as a streamer. Forget a social life. I need to go. I need to move. I'm young. I'm healthy. I should be a top streamer. I shouldn't be fucking wasting my time having steak dinners.
John, I'm going to tell you what you sound like. You sound like me when I was 20 and every other 20-year-old that just got into college. That is what they all say. You need to stop saying, and the first thing you need to do is work on consistency. Do you understand this idea of no girlfriend, no this, no that until I'm successful? Listen, just do consistency first, and then everything else you just said, worry about that later. Just work on streaming 5 days a week, and then worry about the other shit later. This other bullshit, like, it's just like
streaming can be tough. It can be heartbreaking, dude. Like,
it's gonna be tough.
You know what streaming feels like? I spent 24 hours planning this ultimate perfect stream, and then not everyone shows up to the party that you expect would show up, and then you realize to yourself that, like, you're that fucking dude.
Wait, Destiny, what's that expression that dude says about showing up? That was one of your friends that said that shit. Like, showing, the most important thing is to show up or something? Or
for what?
Let's see if I can remember. Fuck, what was it? It was like, great great things happen if you just show up or some shit like that.
It's
I don't know
true.
who what person you're talking about.
Your percentage
No,
of that's why I say even to one viewer Andy's, if you guys are gaming, you think this is hopeless, you're still gaming, you can still farm the greatest fucking headshot clip. You're still in the game, even if you're one viewer Andy, as long as you hit record. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean,
Damn, I feel like we're not gonna fight. We're just. What do you mean that didn't make sense? I'm spilling my heart. My heart.
You have to. You don't fucking stream, dog. Like you weren't here for like 3 months, and I was like, "Where's Zherka?" And someone's like, "Oh, he went back to fucking, bouncing or something like that."
I got severely depressed, is what I got.
Well,
and I didn't think I was capable of being depressed, but not like that. But yeah. But now I've been good for months, perfect for 5 weeks, and I realized that streaming is about a flow state.
Have you talked to somebody? Have you seen a psychologist?
Well, my twin brother is he does it for work, right? He works in a clinic and all that. So
That doesn't count.
I mean, okay.
It doesn't.
He works
because,
with addicts.
Yeah, I know, but your brother is always there's always going to be a side of him that can't like step back and objectively see you for the things that like he might need to like diagnose when he like sees a stranger, right? Like you need to go see somebody that isn't your family.
I was thinking Dr. K, just do it online, fuck it.
No, Dr. K isn't a substitute. You need someone that you can go to once a week and talk to. Dr. K is going to be once every 2-3 months.
No, Train. I'll take that advice if I do quit streaming, but I don't see myself quitting streaming. I've balanced.
Because now you're working off impulse and you're working off extremes. Like you can't.
No, this is not an extreme. I'm casually streaming 8 hours. I'm not try hard mode.
It is an extreme when you say if I get depressed, like it sounds like an addict. Like if it happens again, then I'll do it. No, like that sounds like it sounds like a child or an addict. Like no, like if you know yourself and in the past you've had bouts of like depression or like you've seen yourself retreat and fall into like deep things or whatever the fuck. Like right now you have to learn from that mistake and manage it. And by managing it, you have to realize that you need to set a schedule. And through that, I know it's ironic. I'm talking about schedule. I don't have one, but like,
yeah,
you got to say, okay, you know what? I'm saying prepare for the worst. And by preparing for the worst, right now, you set up a schedule. You set up a psychologist appointment once a week, and you set up a stream schedule, and you start simple like that, right?
That's one thing that's so weird about Twitch is like I want a schedule. But then when I talk to Miz offline, stuff like that, like people are strategic. Oh, there's nothing going on. John, go fucking farm an IRL. And they're strategic with their time. They're not set. Streamers are not set on fucking schedules. there's a tournament going on. I'm going to lay back. I'm not going to work so hard today. And I'm the only one that's like, I can't just have a Monday through Friday. So I got to be more like them.
When I say, man, when I say schedule, I just mean like set days that you stream.
Yeah. And another thing that kills me is like the comparison game, dude. Like, there's a Minecraft Andy at 80K right now as we speak. And that just, like if I was to pull the best topics for this podcast and not do it just nonchalant, and I did everything perfect, there's no way we'll ever reach 80K. That's scary to me. That's like,
all right. Can I give you like something I've thought about before that coincides very deeply into maybe what you're talking about a little bit here?
Yeah.
All right. So I kind of took it easy a while back, after I sold one of my companies, and I thought about like, how hard do I want to work? Do I want to fucking shitpost all day and play video games and have fun? Or do I want to go hard? Because, and again, just giving context here, like I had enough money to retire and never work again. I could just do whatever I want, travel, etc. I'm not saying I'm buying yachts and shit, because I'm not, but I could do whatever I want. I could rent a yacht type of thing, right? I can't buy it though. Yeah. And I thought, am I ever going to be Bill Gates? No, I'm not. Am I even going to be 20 steps below that? No, I'm not. So what am I pushing for, right? If I'm not going to be the number one fucking dude what's the point? You should just be content. Be content with kind of the comfortable area of where you're at. Don't make the job about making money. Make the job about literally doing what you enjoy.
Well, that's the thing. For me, it's never about money. Cause that's why I can't quit streaming for months. I could quit for years. I have more than enough in the bank. And so for me, I want to be the number one. When you think of IRL, you only think of Zherka. And I will be the number one IRL. Like when I started off Twitch and then got banned and fucked myself over 10 different ways. I will be number one consistently with short streams. And I just want to be number one in the category. I don't care if it pays nothing. I don't even want the money.
Why? Who cares to be number one?
A man is only the mountain he climbs. And when I got into bodybuilding, I said, I want to go pro. Everyone in my gym laughed at me. Then they're afraid when I was about to compete in a year because they're like, oh, he has IFBB pro potential. Then, as soon as I didn't want to compete, I got a Dwayne.
John, what about if I told you you couldn't ever be number one because all it's going to take is like, I don't know, fucking George Clooney or something besides a stream IRL once a month?
Well, then George Clooney is not considered a IRL streamer, so it's fine.
Okay, but what about if something like that happens? Don't make your goal being like, it just seems weird. I mean, if that's what you want to go after, it just seems
I need to have. If I don't have,
I'll tell you this: the failures I see are people that do something just to be the fucking best, and not. It's like the journey, dog. It's not about the fucking destination. I know that sounds fucking weird, but you're all about.
Okay. Maybe you're right. Not number one, but you understand that the most important thing in my life is mastery of the craft, not craft.
Yeah,
for fun.
But listen. Let me tell you something. I hate giving advice like this because it makes I feel like it feels douchey and weird.
It's
but
not
like,
condescending because I love you. So go ahead.
I'm gonna keep it $150 with you, okay? I'm gonna tell you something that you should have been told when you're 18, okay? Right now, the way you're acting, okay, it is like it is like indicative of somebody that doesn't have the experience through other, like whether it's through real life job or real life schooling or real life, like any process you've ever done. You are literally at A and you are expecting Z.
True.
You have skipped fucking 24 goddamn fucking letters.
Because I went to
you understand?
V. I went to V.
Work on B. No, work on B. If one day because of Austin or someone else you jump to fucking J, enjoy that one day. Get what you can from it, but don't think you're a J streamer. You're still an A. Your problem is for 2 months you go through hype and you think that you're that K streamer, and if you get anything lower than that, then you failed. No, you're an A, and you're going to be an A for 6 months. Do you understand?
It's hard not to feel like a god when you tune into some streams and they're dog shit. You know what I mean? Most streams are boring.
Man, I have never met someone that like the answer is literally in what, like, dude, like the way you are your like.
I'm my own worst enemy. Everyone says it. Yeah.
No. Listen, everything that you say is wrong with Twitch. You are critiquing yourself. Do you understand? You are everything that you say, everything that you're saying you need to be because others are. Mm-hmm. That is what's wrong with Twitch, and that is what you're saying is wrong when you're not talking like this. Everything you've said about like 80K Andy, about this and that, and comparison.
Right, I'm trying to say,
I don't get it. I don't understand.
Here's what I'm trying to say. Do you ever see a streamer that's just effortlessly like just god tier, and they're not? You can tell they're not trying.
No.
So they're all trying hard. They're all trying hard.
Foolish to believe that. It's like looking at an Instagram couple that's happy on their Instagram, saying, "Oh, I wish I had that. When can I get that? I want to beat that. I want to have a better relationship." Dickhead. They're probably having 6 arguments a day, and you don't know about it. You are foolish. You are naive. You're judging everything from the surface. You don't know what's going through XQC's mind. You're filling in the blanks just because you see him at 60K viewers. You think that's happiness. That's not happiness. He probably has 500 anxieties, 600 stresses. Who cares if he makes 700K a month?
No, but
why are you equating superficial quantity? Like, why are you equating viewership and money?
It's not about viewership. It's about
mastery. You are. You're missing the main formula, John.
When you're saying 60K,
you're missing love. You're missing the passion and the love.
When you say 60K, what I'm trying to say is mastery of the craft.
The mastery of the craft comes from passion and loving to do it every day, even if you're at one fucking viewer. You don't have that. You want to be at 80K viewers because you think you deserve 80K viewers. People who get 80K viewers, they stream that one fucking viewer every day for 2 years straight without a goddamn glimpse of regret. Do you understand? Yeah. You can't do that for 2 days without fucking feeling insecure and retreating.
Yeah, but
you understand? If you want mastering to be number one, you have to sit through complete walkthrough, even if you don't deserve to.
Right, but
you understand that?
Yeah, but most of my ego comes from streamers in chat telling me they're like, "You're hella underrated."
And yeah, you are underrated. I believe you're underrated. I do think you should be a 5 to 6.
But you're saying I use compliments to kick my feet up. You're right.
The problem is, the problem is, I think it gets to your head too fast.
Yeah, true.
Enjoy the good days, but don't overshoot. Like even right now, like in the Among Us, like you brought up the other day you brought up the other hour that I'm 15K Andy. Listen, I still tell myself right now, I don't tell myself that. Do you understand? Like you can't take the good hype periods and set that as your base standard. You're going to forever fucking fuck yourself there mentally. Like, you have to understand, like right now I understand, okay, Among Us is in right now.
You know why I do this, Train? Because I'm a streamer that never looks at stats because I get grossed out of looking at viewers and stats, which is hold on, come on, we know Zherka's everyone knows Zherka the only streamer who doesn't look at stats. Hold on, Train. How much? Train. How much?
Everything you brought up is stats and money.
Because I said 60K. You think I check my dashboard like all you guys? Shut the fuck up, dude. 100%. I'm the only dumbass 100%. Who never checks stats, and it's healthy if I start.
I don't believe it.
You think I check my dashboard after streaming?
I don't know what you check. I know you're checking.
No, I'm saying I need to be more of an accountant, hold myself accountable, and see which streams work and which don't.
You told your fucking mod to change title. How are you telling me that you don't pay attention to the small intricacies? The small.
I don't look at my dashboard. I don't look at my dashboard. I'm serious. I haven't seen my dashboard in months. It's unhealthy for me.
If you're doing. It's unhealthy for you
because all the Mr. Beast, Mizkifs. Have you talked to Mizkif offline? He absorbs stats like he's so different offline. I'm the only one who never looks at stats, which is stupid if you're running a business. It's smart that I start thinking more like a streamer instead of just go live and farm.
Business, John, you're not there. You're not running a business. Do you understand? Like, why are you talking?
Anything you put a lot of hours into, dude.
Oh, I am, dude. What Destiny?
Yeah.
Can you say 3 sentences while I go to the bathroom and throw up real quick?
What sentences would you like me to say?
I don't know. Am I losing my mind?
No, you're not. You're fine.
I think I agree so far with basically everything Train has said. I think.
Okay.
How
much are you listening? I don't know, Steven.
I'm listening completely, right? So Train's main criticism of you is that your head is like super in the clouds and you are gassing yourself up like a ton in place of doing any like actual work. And you should like focus on like just streaming more.
Yeah, no, you're right. He's right. But also if you're like me who has persistent thoughts and thinks a lot, like I lose sleep over this shit, I'm not going to not talk about it,
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's like Jay-Z said, right? You talked about being underrated. What would you rather be, overpaid or underrated?
Whoa. He said that? Whoa.
Something that I learned a long time ago is one of the worst things in the world is potential. You ever heard that before?
Yeah, like Gohan stops training at the end of Z. He's just like...
Yeah, you don't... Potential. Like, potential is bad because it means you're not doing something. Nobody wants to die with a lot of potential. So if you wander the earth, spending all of your time thinking about how you have the potential to be the biggest streamer, but you don't actually do it. I mean, what's that worth?
Yeah. No, Dan, they're right. You don't have to feel sympathy for me, Dan. They're right. Everything they say is right, but you know why we'll be bitching about it for eternity is because streamers are human and we're always going to be stuck in our ways. The same stuff any streamer is complaining about is going to be forever, because humans are only stuck in their ways. Like, I can minimize my pain, but I'm always going to eventually be talking about being the best. And that's my nature. I'm not going to change it.
Real quick, listen.
I want to be the very best.
In my opinion,
no
John,
one ever was.
Hear me out real quick.
The
In my
farm
opinion,
of the yeah, go ahead.
in my opinion, I think there's one thing. I'm not sure what the process is, but you have to figure out right now everything that's going through your mind, everything that you tell yourself, all the feelings and emotions you have towards streaming.
Yeah.
You have to find a way to redirect all of that and find a way to turn that or redirect it somewhere where you can turn it to a fuel to motivate you to keep pushing to get to where you need to be. Right now, it's being redirected towards something.
I think.
But right now, it's being redirected in a direction where the gas, it's just flowing out into the fucking sky. Nothing's coming of it. Do you understand? It's wasted fuel. You're talking so big, and it's good because you're passionate, but it's not translating into motivation that translates into work. It's freely flowing out. It's going to waste.
Sometimes this is my issue with like extremely large influencers is, there's 5 viewer Andys that work harder than large influencers. We just don't see it. You know that, right?
All I've heard from you are rationalizations. All I've heard from you are excuses and rationalizations.
Excuses. This is the most I've ever streamed.
All I've heard from you are you pity yourself. You're pitying yourself right now.
Why?
You're saying things.
I'm not pitying myself. I agreed with you.
No, you're not agreeing with me. The fact that you had to say that out loud says so much to me about your work ethic. How is that relevant to you? How is a 5-viewer Andy working harder than a large streamer relevant to you? Just work hard. Be that 5-viewer that's working harder.
It's relevant to me.
But you're not that 5-viewer Andy working harder. You don't stream consistently, John. You're not that person. You're talking about someone else.
I do stream consistently. What are you talking about?
No, you don't. You do not.
Oh, you mean in the scope of this year? You're right. But lately,
listen. There is no. Listen, you cannot say I was consistent 3 years ago, but this year, listen. Start. And from that is your new starting point. There is no I was consistent 3 years ago and now I'm starting again. That 3 years ago was 3 years ago. You understand? If you take a year break after that 3 years, you can't use that 3 years to tell yourself you were consistent. That's gone. As soon as you do that year break after that 3 years, you're not consistent anymore.
Yeah, no,
you're fooling yourself.
The ultimate test is to see in the future if I'll quit.
No, you don't look at it that way. What?
No, I'm saying time will tell if you're right or if I'm being
consistent. Listen. Take it. This is the best advice I can give you based on what you're saying right now. Okay? I said it in the form of A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'll say it in the form of this. You need to take it one day at a time. The fact that you just jump to time will tell, we'll see if I ever quit, you're already jumping way too ahead of yourself. Started as you stream today, good. Now think about what you're going to do tomorrow. And then when tomorrow comes, do it. And then when you finish that stream, think about what you're going to do the next day. This idea where you're thinking so far ahead is what's giving you unnecessary anxiety, and you're probably creating problems that don't even exist for yourself that are causing you, or they're paralyzing you. Do you understand that? Like, this idea where you're thinking, I don't know how much more clear I can be about that.
No, that's sound advice. It's just, I'm the kind of guy who deals with frustration, and you're right. You can't.
Do you
let the frustration
enjoy?
What?
I don't know. I feel like I'm just gonna get the wrong answer here. But do you just, when you wake up, is there anything you want? What do you want to do when you wake up? If you could do anything in the world,
I think it would be stream. And if it wasn't stream, if you gave me like $100 million, I think I would.
Sure.
I think it would be something bettering myself, like fitness or martial arts, something like that. But I think
you're not gonna like this answer, man. But like, I can give the same answer for me and Steven because I know him pretty well. You know what me and Steve would do differently if you gave us $1 billion each? Nothing.
That's right.
Well, that's what I said. I'd stream.
No, you said you're going to do fitness and martial arts, dog.
No, I said I would stream, and if I couldn't do that at $100 million, I would be doing something in my past, like fitness or martial arts.
So your real passion isn't... I think there's a disconnect here then.
No, my passion...
So if you had $100 million tomorrow, you wouldn't be streaming. Let me just
word it like this. My passion is building my army. I love that part. The community building, I love that shit.
I should have phrased it like that then.
I need the attention. But that seems like a cop out. Like I'm just trying to appease you.
That's not a cop out if I actually believe that you believed it.
Yeah. Why would you think I would do if I had 100 million party?
No. What I'm talking about is the community building. I think the community building I think you would excel at that amazingly. I think you do great. The problem is everything that you talk about for streaming, you talk about shows, you talk about Austin show, you talk about the big LSF clips, 100,000 views. That's not community building. That's the exact opposite of it. Do you understand? So it's like your heart's in one place, your mind's in another.
A streamer is made from watching clips. That's the community. What are you talking about right now? There's streamers who are made just by watching their own fucking clips.
But there is something. Oh.
And I feel like you're looking at a blueprint that you don't understand, and you're just following like the step by step to it.
Listen, Greek can watch clips all day long, but there's a personality he has when he talks, when he hangs out, where people can come behind him. There's a brand behind it. Do you understand? It's not just him watching clips. They're not just there watching a random guy watch clips that's from the UK. There is a personableness to it, a relatability to it. There is something that people believe in, a movement for him that people can't get behind.
What is the movement? LOL W's? What are you talking about?
There's something. What do you mean? Are you talking about?
You're saying GGX is a movement. What are you talking about right now? It's LOL W's, dude.
I can give it in train.
You're making streamers sound like Jedi, dude. All right, I'm from the normie world, where I maintain a real professional job. This is ridiculous.
What he's saying? Listen, hold on. What he's saying is that like, if I wanted to watch a TV show, I have two things I can do. I can either watch a TV show when I want on my own computer. I can pick whatever episode I want in the best quality, or I can watch it re-streamed on somebody else's channel where they pick the episodes. They might start and stop it. Like, why the fuck would I ever watch a TV show on somebody else's stream, just watching on my own? But there's like
exactly that.
Based. Okay.
There's like tens of thousands of people that do that, right? So there must be something else there, right? If 100 people all started watching the same show on Twitch, some people are going to pick up more viewers than others because those people will build. Train is calling it a movement, maybe less dramatically. You just call it communities. It's like groups of people that hang out together. They watch the same streamer. They all like have shared interests and everything, and they all enjoy doing it in the community.
Train, this is why it scares me, the shit you say, because that tunnel vision of just focusing on the end goal got me so far, man. So far in my bodybuilding career where I got a Hollywood contract, Dwayne Johnson body double, and people are like, this obsessive thing, as bad as it is, and it destroys your life and your relationships, and you just want to stay in a dark room and farm, blah blah blah.
John,
yeah, but it also is effective to a degree. It's effective to a degree.
Wait, did you actually do powerlifting?
No powerlifting.
Wait, what did you? Oh, you're trying to do bodybuilding. Okay, I imagine it's somewhat similar, right? What's the most important thing if you want to gain muscle? It's like one thing.
Progressive overload.
Exactly, progressive, right? Yep. 2.5 or 5 pounds at a time. That's all you can put on the bar.
And you're saying don't focus on 100 ego lift. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like walking into the gym, fucking.
But I can't be the only one who has anxiety of their future here.
I know, but it doesn't matter. The point is, you can only move up 5 pounds at a time. You can't walk in and pull 405 off the floor without any fucking practice. But like every single day you walk into the gym, you're loading up the barbell, okay, with fucking 4 plates on each side. You're walking around like huffing and puffing, and then you just leave the gym and you haven't done anything. And that's like what you're doing over and over and over again with streaming. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna be honest. These last few months have been so flawless for streaming, and it's gonna keep going.
Quinn Q donated $5. John banned this racist guy in chat. Holy shit,
mods, get the racist guy in chat, please. But Train, I hear what you're saying, but and I love it. Like, why do you keep talking to me in a tone like I'm disagreeing with you? I don't get it.
Because I feel like I'm talking to my like my 17-year-old child that like is going to like.
No. Here's the deal.
It feels like you're saying I know, but like you've somehow convinced yourself that I don't actually fully understand because I'm this main streamer that's already really rich and I don't get the work and the ethic and I'm just sitting here rich, happy, good. Like,
no, I never said that. You stream 30 hours a day. Trust me, I know.
No. But it sounds to me that like you've dismissed anyone that's made it because we don't understand your struggle and everything you go through. So like it's easy for us to say this. Like I can. I mean, I could be wrong, but it feels like I understand that that's the tone you're coming from. That's why
I sound like a spoiled brat. Yeah,
that's why I'm talking like this because I feel like I'm talking to the kid that's like Basically, you've made every excuse in the world why no one can understand your, your struggles, and that's like unless we tell you exactly your narrative that you need to hear, which is pretty much just an excuse to why you haven't made it yet. Like, then it doesn't go. We don't understand, right? Like, it's like a common like I don't want to call it delusions of grandeur thing, but it's a commonly young thing. Like, it's like but then I feel like I'm putting you down and it's not right. So I don't want to go that direction. But like,
go, bro. I'm not sensitive. Go.
No. I said what I said that I didn't want to say. Like, just right there. Like,
really?
I don't want to like get. No, just right there. Like, just like I don't want to get negative. But that's why I'm talking like that.
John, if you knew that you would never be number one, would you keep doing it?
As long as I have mastery, top 10, something like that. There's no way, Dan, I'm gonna be a fucking what the fuck? It comes down to happiness versus legacy. What the fuck do you want? And I want legacy, man. I don't want to fucking family, kids, and all that shit. I want to be Destiny level. I want to be that level. I want to be Destiny level. You know. And
what is that?
This
what
is
that
illusions of grandeur. This is the narcissistic sociopath with the.
I think the main frustration, John, as much as I love you, buddy, and I do love you, you seem like a really cool guy. Everybody knew this friend in high school or college. There's this one guy that would talk every single day. He'd be like, "There's this fucking girl. I want to ask her so bad. Should I do it?" And everybody's like, "Yeah, do it, dude." And then the next day he comes in, he's like, "Man, dude, this girl, like, fuck, I want to talk to her. I want to ask her out." And you're like, "Yeah, do it." And then like next week, he's like, "Oh man, dude, I think I'm gonna ask this girl out. I'm gonna finally do it." Like, "Yeah, go for it." And then a month later, he's like, "Man, you guys think I should ask this girl out?" And it's like,
yeah, I hear you. And just not to cut you off, but she's already in my DMs.
Sure.
What a good podcast, Dan. How are you?
No, listen, what you just did there is.
Oh my God, you're gonna block me from farming a low W. You're not gonna Greek God X me. You start.
No.
You do this to Greek all the time, man. Holy shit.
I'm not upset at the farming of lol W. That's not what I'm upset about. But what you just did there, that's a little deeper than that is. That wasn't just a farming of lol W because you understood. You deflected. You deflected using like that trolling thing that you have. That was a pure deflection. No, that was a pure deflection because you're not absorbing.
Was it?
You're not absorbing anything that we're saying, and you're deflecting. And this is another problem in itself. Okay. This is how I know you're not absorbing it. The fact that you just said that and you went into that, it means you're not listening. It is like I'm telling you right now.
I swear I'm listening. It's just
you might be listening, but you're not absorbing. That's my honest opinion. I'll keep it $150 with you. And I think you need to talk to a psychologist. I think that's the one thing you should do. I think you need to find a way to manage all your feelings and all your emotions because I think there's a lot of extreme emotions going on. I'm not a psychologist, but from my experience of my bipolar, I think you need to talk to somebody. Find a way to manage different feelings, control them, right? Because if you're a victim to your emotions, like it seems like you are a little bit, which I don't want that to fill any other delusion that you're not in control. I feel like I'm going to just
no,
please
you're
go
right there, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
But I'm not gonna lie, it's been a lot better than last year. Streaming really helped. You know what I mean? Like the constant, dealing with people not liking you on the chat and stuff like that. Definitely can't be more of a monk state. It's just, I'm still a slave to my emotions. I mean, you're ever frustrated where you're not where you want to be and you just.
I mean, I can't talk. Let's be clear. I can't fully talk yet either. I still every stream 2 hours. I'm ranting and roasting because I can't control my anger at these motherfuckers. So let's be real. I have my flaws as well, but I seek management for it, right?
Yeah.
I have my medication. I have my Zoom psychologist meeting still, right? So I find ways to manage it.
Here's my one insecurity why I made that joke and I kind of speed you guys along with the criticism is I'm absorbing, but I do get afraid that the show becomes about me and the chat misses out on topics. You know what I mean? I'm kind of insecure that it's all about me when it's like we have fucking 3 legends on a podcast. We should have other topics. Or you guys are going to now say, oh, you just don't want more criticism. I love when it's about me, but I feel like we're wasting. Look at Dan and Destiny haven't spoken so long. You can call it a deflection, but as a host, you feel weird at the party if everything's about me, I don't know. Is this a deflection or?
No. So Dan.
Yeah?
I'm going to grab a cookie. Be right back.
All right, Destiny, what's up? Actually, you know what? We can still make it about me if it is a deflection chat, but we'll hear it from Destiny.
What am I?
Just go hard at me, bro. Just go hard at me.
We already just did. I don't have anything else to say to you. Man,
I'm so lucky to have friends like you guys, man, for real. Because you know who I was, Dan? You know I grew up with fucking DJs, promoters, and bouncers. And now I got people that like, I don't know, it's just chat. This is a good example. This is actually a wholesome ass stream, you know? And I don't know. I just think that I'm gonna be the best streamer. I'm sorry. Dan, how are you, man?
I'm fine.
That's it? What's up with the cowboy hat? Where are you at? Are you in Florida?
Have you voted?
Huh?
Have you voted, Dan?
It's a long story. We don't need to talk about that right now, right?
Okay.
The goddamn Florida Republicans fucked me over, okay? It's not my fault, all right? I tried. I put in an effort to vote, but they fucked me with their...
Hey, sounding awfully like Jon Zherka right now.
What?
Listen, I tried, okay, but I passed the date. You know,
Dan,
oh my God, do I have to do this again?
You're deflecting, Dan.
I'm not deflecting. I know exactly what fucking happened. I'm not going over it again. I put in a good effort. I got screwed by the system. It's the Republicans that fucked me. My wife is still voting, and you got, better, be nice to me, or else I'll have her vote Green Party.
You're married?
Yeah, I've been married for a long time too. So I'm still a young man, but I've been married for 17 years.
What?
Yeah, how fucking crazy is that?
No shot.
Yeah, for real.
Wow,
for real. That's what they're say. For real.
Damn.
I've done a lot of crazy shit, my dude.
You have a kid?
I got 2 kids.
Then how much agency do you have? Like
that makes me like you so much more.
Dan, you
that is so fucking cute, dude. That's like, I don't mean to be condescending with that or patronizing. That is actually so cute, and like that's a good I like that. That's very nice. I like that.
I got an interesting story. The whole thing, yeah, it's interesting. I got married when I was in the military.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. I was in the Coast Guard. I was in charge of cutting the grass in New Orleans. So you're welcome. I kept that shit tip-top while I was there. That was my job. Cutting grass and cleaning boats. And I did it like no one else.
Dan,
wasn't as glamorous as he made it up.
How much agency do you have and shit? Like you can just every day have the schedule, your life schedule, how you...
Well, I have kind of a fucked up thing going. So when I was younger... I made a good amount of money when I got out of the military. So I think when I was like 22 or something, I had this gaming site that made a good amount of money. And I got into this habit at that age where I would stay up until I was tired. And then I would go to sleep and I would wake up when I wanted to wake up. And the problem that I ran into is my days after a while stopped becoming 24 hours. I know that sounds fucking weird, but that's exactly what happened over. And this is, like 15 years now or something like that. So I've been doing this. Essentially, like every day I'm losing an hour. So every day I go to sleep basically an hour later than the previous one. And that's been going on for me for about 15 years, give or take. So
15 years? What the fuck?
Yeah, for about 15 years. It's actually really common with blind people. Blind people have this a lot. It's called non-24. And basically, if for blind people, it's because they don't have enough exposure to, I guess, the sun. They don't get the signals to their brain saying, "Hey, go to sleep," type of thing. But for me, I don't know, because even when I'm traveling, and I'm out and I'm doing everything every day, but it still happens to me at that point. So, it's been an interesting experience for that. But everything else, we do a lot of stuff. I try to balance it. But yeah, I mean, I'm that fucking old guy who, I guess, people call me old. I don't feel old. I feel like quite the Zoomer, if I don't say so myself. I know I have the white hair in my beard, but if I shave it off, I'm an easy mid-20s, okay?
If you shave it off, you'd be Destiny's type. Get it?
Possibly.
Steven, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I do what I want to do every day. What I want to do every day is hang out with my hang out with my online buddies, play some video games, work on some of my businesses online. I have more serious shit, but I've always structured it. Even if there's a lot of employees at stuff, I've structured it so I can be hands off. Like I have a data center in New York that employs 15 people right now. And, I haven't been there in 2020, I don't think.
Do you give calls or emails with employees? How do you stay in touch?
Yeah, I did. Well, I have a robot.
A what?
I have a robot that I can telepresence myself into the data center and walk around like a...
You have a night bot at work? That's crazy.
Kind of, yeah. It's like a Segway with an iPad at the top of it, and I can drive it around and yell at people.
Wow, you're actually a Bond villain, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
DGG villain, damn. Train, what about you? Do you have any employees? I mean, you run podcast. Do you have like people or you don't talk about that? Train? Hello? Because I know it's not just one man doing the podcast, right?
I don't know.
What about you, Steven? You have just an editor, right?
I mean, I've got a variety of artists and people that I pay for like graphic work. Like I've got a guy that does graphic work for D&D or graphic work for merchandising or thumbnails for assorted things. I have an editor that I pay for my YouTube stuff. There's an animator that I pay that does D&D animations and stream animations for me. I've got 2 guys that I pay that work on my website. I've got a editor that I pay that like does like emails and everything for me.
Do you have employees for Scuffed and all that?
Yeah, I have employees technically.
Is it a huge operation or?
I wouldn't say it's a huge operation. I mean, I guess relative to my peers, yeah. Relative to like my circle, I think I'm the only one that does it like in my like circle of like I mean, if you can, well, I guess if you consider Dan and Destiny my circle, I'm referring to like our style.
Yeah.
So like Greek, XUC Mid, stuff like that. In our circle, I'd say I probably have the most, but in the greater scope of things, no, it's not huge.
So
but
how do you make up your mind on who's going to be on your podcast? You tune into people's streams and then just say, oh, this person would be a great fit?
No. So I'm actually very responsible with my podcast recruiting, but at the same time, I don't trust anyone else to do it because I like to get so I still make mistakes with it. They're mostly mistakes because of my irresponsibility of, since I wait last second, sometimes I just kind of throw it into the pot, but I usually just get a feel for a cast. So, obviously there's been mistakes a couple of times. So that one time when I brought, Heel Mike and maybe you into a Lando one.
But that's
nothing
I think you can control.
Yeah. You were actually probably fine in that one, but yeah, I knew Heel Mike is a wild card, but I thought Lando, since Lando and I had streamed like 4 or 5 times before that together, I figured he was cool just being cool and talking about this and that, but I didn't realize
to this day, that's one of the most hilarious podcasts still, even if it was crazy.
Yeah, it was still a good time. But yeah, so it's usually just a vibe thing that I feel like maybe like 3 hours before the podcast. And then I have my regulars. Like Destiny is like someone that he always has a spot no matter what, like if he's free. And Devin's always there, obviously, and that's it for regulars. That's it. It's just them 2 for regulars, I think. And then I guess if Asmongold wanted to come, he's there.
I got you with so many subs when you hit 1 million, dude. I got you. I don't know how much I should.
Oh, save your money, dude. Save your money. Listen. If I gift you 100 subs, John, right?
I'm actually really well off, so I don't trust me. It's nothing.
No, I know, but no, just listen. Okay, so if I gift you 100, I'm not expecting anything in return, and here's why. Okay, one,
you gave me $1,000, dude. That's
I know, but that's crazy. But think about this. Okay, so if I gift you 100, and then let's say you gift me 100, guess who just fucked both of us?
Twitch.
We only win if I gift you 100 and we leave it at that, right? But if you gift me 100 and I gift you 100, we both just lost and Twitch just won. So if I gift you 100, just take the 100, call it that. You know what I'm saying? Just leave it at that. We're good to go.
All right. Let's practice. Go ahead.
I'm broke.
Actually, Train, what do you invest in? That's such a good question, Dan.
just property. A big piece. I also have stocks, but I don't do them. Yeah,
You get
I don't do my own
someone else.
stocks.
Steven,
Yeah.
you love stocks, right? You do all
I
that.
have someone else does.
No, I just do boring shit like mutual funds, kind of.
Dude, a piece of mutual funds are actually smart. That's pretty much what I do to my understanding as well.
Are you guys
a big piece of me for the last 3 years? I wanted to buy a car. Like I get bouts. I get these. I don't know. I'm using bouts so much. I get these little like episodes where I just want to go buy a car. Episodes wasn't the right word either. But I just want. Fuck. There's times where I just want to buy a fucking car and say fuck it. Yeah. You understand? But in the back of my mind, I don't, because I know it's just fucking dumb.
And I know later on I'll eventually. And even if it didn't depreciate leaving the fucking parking lot, they still break down. And cars are big liability. So get an Uber, guys. Get an Uber.
It depends on what you want. Fuck leasing. If you really like a car and it brings you a lot of utility, like you enjoy it, it's happy and shit, then buy one. That's fine.
A car only makes sense if you're a car guy. That's it.
But I think you're smart. I think the smart option. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Destiny and Dan. But based on my understanding of things that I've read about other people's businesses and larger businesses, isn't this an option? Couldn't you lease a car under your company? And when you lease, obviously, like it's not yours. You pay a monthly, and then that. Since it's under your company and you use it for the company, right? Like that's what I read somewhere in like some fucking book by some rich guy. Isn't that the way to go?
So, wait, I'm sorry. What are you asking, real quick? If you can
talking about leasing a car under a company to basically have that money be pre-taxed.
Like there are ways that you could do this, but this would require like company vehicles for like a lot of employees and shit. If you're like a single member LLC or something, and you're just buying a car and leasing it through a company or whatever, there's no way that that's gonna like fly. Like you're gonna get fucked for that. It's a personal.
Yeah, I read in some book, some rich guy wrote some book that my cousin had, and they're like talking about ways that you save money as a business. It was some shit like that. But even with that stuff, I just don't buy a car. I think a car is fucking dumb. Plus, I never leave my shipping container.
You know what you should get, Train?
What?
A scooter.
Well, here's the thing. I have the same car I've had for the last, I think, like 9 years, and I'm gonna keep it $150. I'm pretty sure that car battery is dead. I haven't seen that motherfucker for like 6 months.
Yeah, that'll happen. I had that as well.
Which is very bad. It's actually like that's terrible. Because like as a man, you should appreciate everything you have. You know what I mean? Like you take care of it. That's one thing I was taught. So I'm actually getting a little bit of anxiety about that.
I regret every time I've bought a new car. I've regretted it. I
don't regret mine. I fucking love the fuck out of my car.
Well, yeah, the Ford Focus is a pretty.
I want to talk to just you guys right now.
I have one dream car I've had since I was like 16.
I love Destiny's fucking room lights. Like, does anyone agree? It's so cool to look at.
So, you know, all these kids these days, they get Teslas, they get Ferraris, Lambos.
What a name it. Stop fucking hyping it up. What is it?
I'm not hyping it up. I'm hyping it down. It's a B7 Alpina.
Oh, that's not. Why do you like that more? Why not go with like the S8 or S65?
That's Mercedes. It's BMW.
No, I know that.
This is like a grown man sleepover on Twitch.
Oh, the
Mercedes
competitor,
S65 or the Audi.
I've heard the S60. Yeah, I've heard about the reviews, and I've heard S65 people like it a lot better. You're completely right about the competitor thing.
All right, listen, I love you guys, but I need to chat with Melina before she streams, before I go to bed. So I'm gonna peace out, duders. Okay. Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.
This is the omni-liberal. This is a man who actually, unlike other political streamers, jumps into debate forums.